is here for the show tonight to interview our special guest. Show highlight the Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, boxing, tennis, golf, and racing. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. Tune in for all the news and scores, reporting on the games and so much more. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show. The Alford Sports Talk Show.
Welcome everybody to an awesome, amazing World Series edition of the Alford Sports Talk Show. That is right. We are going live right now on David Burns, watch from Cedar Hill, Texas. Appreciate that. We're going live right now during the World Series, Halloween, for those who celebrate it. And we're going to have a wonderful Friday night. Appreciate David Burns joining us all the way from Cedar Hill, Texas. Thank you. Really appreciate you. Thank you, David and company. And we're going to have an awesome show. Let me go ahead and get you guys up to speed. Let me give you the score that's going on right now. I'll give you my take on the World Series. I got to do that first. You know, it's only fair. It's the World Series, and it's Game 6. Okay, so the score is right now 3-1 Dodgers in the bottom of the fifth. 3-1 Dodgers, bottom of the fifth game. I will give you guys some insight as the game is going along. But man, this World Series is spectacular. I mean, it has been phenomenal. It is a heavyweight fight between the Jays and the Dodgers. It's not disappointing. Much better and more competitive than even than when my Yankees were in there. It's just this is more competitive. The Jays are not going down and fighting, going without a fight. And the Dodgers are one team is trying to win a championship in over 30 years in Canada. The other team is trying to repeat, have back-to-back. And it has not been disappointing. I mean, I know the Dodgers were heavy favorites when the series started, but it's kind of like what I told you guys when it started. I would not be surprised if the Jays win the series. I said it prior to it starting. And the reason why I felt that way is I felt as if the Jays were kind of a team that wasn't legit. They wouldn't have got to the World Series the way they did, blowing out opponents, being a very formidable opponent, also believing in themselves and not believing in the fact that they are the underdogs. This is one heck of a series. And 3-1, bottom of the fifth. So let me get into some of the questions that were posed here as to what's going to happen, how this is going to break down, how a thing's going to shape itself out. And props to both teams. The reason why this series is being led by the Jays at this point, 3-2, is because the Jays have outplayed the Dodgers. They have beat them. You know, let me see. Oh, Stephanie Padilla, watch from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. Awesome to have you guys join us. Thank you. Hi, Stephanie. That's awesome. And the reason why this series has gotten 3-2 Jays is because the Jays have been the better team so far. They not only have they played better, they've beaten the Dodgers in all facets: pitching, defense, and definitely in timely hitting. That's what the Jays have been doing, and they've been doing more effectively than the Dodgers. So let me go over what some of the questions are. Will the Dodgers clinch the title? I'm sorry, will the Blue Jays clinch the title, or can the Dodgers push it to game 7? I think right now either are possible, but will say this much. If you're the Jays, you really want to close out the series tonight. You don't want to go to a game 7 against the Dodgers. You just don't want to go to a game 7, period, because it's anybody's series. You're playing at home. You got to use the crowd. You got to use everything to your advantage if you're the Jays and close out the series tonight. Because if they don't close out the series tonight, being the Jays, I'm not so confident they win a game 7. Not that they can't. And it would be pretty much the way this series is going. But I would try to avoid it if at all possible. And so I do think the Jays can clinch it tonight. And I do feel as if they will clinch it tonight. Having said that, one thing that I did say even earlier today, not during the game, I said this before the game, that the one guy that's very important in the Dodgers is Mookie Betts. And people might be like, hey, Mookie Betts hasn't done anything this series. Not only has Mookie Betts not done anything this series, Mookie Betts hasn't really had the best of seasons. He's had an off season by his own admission. It's not the Mookie Betts that we're accustomed to seeing in the postseason and regular season. It's just, he could even tell you it's been an abysmal year for him as far as professionally. Having said that, the reason why he's the most important is because I said this before the game, he's the one guy that I felt the Dodgers, the Jays can count on getting him out. Shohei Ohtani's been balling. So has Freddie Freeman. So the person who's missing in that equation is Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts starts to get hot. That can be a problem for the Jays. So you want to keep him not getting hot if you are the Jays, because that is I feel the bigger piece of the puzzle right now. Biggest game and the pitching is starting to show its weakness. That's right. What happens is when you start playing a long series like this on both sides, some of the hitters, that's how great they are. Even if they didn't look good the first time against you, they will start to look better the second time against you because they've seen you now. It's harder for you to go through a lineup one game and then later in the game. That's why the series is hard to close out. And already Mookie Betts has had a 2-run RBI, just to maximize what I was saying before the game started, that Mookie Betts to me is the biggest piece of this puzzle. Because if he starts to get hot, which I believe he was well overdue, that could be a problem for the Jays. More so than Shohei and more so than Freddie, because they've been contributing. So it is, to see the score update. 3-1. Let me just make sure. Yep, bottom of the end of the fifth. End of the fifth. So you have 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's going to be really the bullpen that's going to make this series. I'm hoping, and actually hoping that at this point the Jays complete it and they win this series. I feel like they deserve to win this series. It's not over yet, though. The Dodgers got to kind of contribute to that. It's not over yet. But yes, I am happy for Mookie too, regardless of how this series played out. So happy for Mookie. He needed this badly. That's right. He needed to get something going because that guy was like, I give Mookie Betts credit. He said, I played terrible. He didn't make excuses. I appreciate that tremendously. However, I still felt bad for him. I was like, man, not only has this guy been playing poor the whole season, he's been playing poor during the postseason, which means he's been having just an abysmal year. He came through tonight already with 2 RBIs. That's big. And that's the guy I feel is the X factor. If he gets hot, it's going to be hard for the Jays to close out this series. And he already brought in 2 runs. So just think, if he was an automatic out, it would be 1-1 right now. And it's now the Jays got to get some runs which I feel like the Jays will have some runs. They'll do better against Yamamoto this time around than they did the first time. I just feel like it's hard if you're Yamamoto to have another, kind of like outing the way he did the first time. It's not impossible, but I just think it's as difficult as good as the Jays are. But I do think the Jays will close out the series ultimately and win the World Series. At the beginning of the series, I did pick, and I picked it the whole season, the Dodgers were going to win it. But I feel like the Jays are just the better team. It's going 7, but Jays will finish the job. Yeah, I could see that happening too. I could definitely see that happening, that it goes 7. But I just feel the thing about the Jays is they have magic in October and now going to be in November in Canada, and they just have that mystique when they get to the World Series. A la Joe Carter, they just have that mystique. I don't know what it is, but they seem to put it together in the World Series when it matters. I agree. I think the Jays will win in the series. It may go to Game 7. If I'm the Jays, I'm trying to close it out tonight, but if it doesn't happen, I still feel like winning 2 games in Canada, I think is a mountain of a tough task for the Dodgers to do. Not impossible, but I just think the way that the Jays have been playing, as great as they've been playing, to me, they played as the better team. I would like to see the Jays cap it off and win the series. I know JT Network, I know that's a big Dodger fan. I know I have quite a few friends that are Dodger fans. But to see the Jays get in there and win it all, Joe Carter. And if you guys haven't seen it already, please check out the interview I did with Joe Carter. Like he said, this was about last year or the year before? He said he's been milking a home run for 30 plus years. So let him keep milking it. Yeah, the Dodgers have been, you know what? I agree, David. The Dodgers have been choking, but I also feel like they've been choking, but I feel like the Jays have been playing that great. They've kind of taken the game out of the Dodgers, meaning the Dodgers are the better opponent. The Dodgers are the big dog, but the Jays have just been beating them to the punch, and they've been limiting what they can do. They beat Shohei Ohtani like when he was pitching, straight up. They beat him. Last night, they just took the game over. And I mean, not last night, the night before. I would love for the Jays to close out this series. I'd feel bad if they didn't win the series at this point. I definitely do think right now it's a Jays series at this point. I know that Mookie got that big hit, 3-1, top of the 6th, but I just feel like the Jays have that it factor. And another thing they have home field advantage. That may not sound like something big, but it's loud in there, and they always bat last. That's the key. When you play at home, you always bat last. You don't want to be, I would say, you going into the 9th inning, worst case scenario, you want to be down a run, not 2, because that means it takes more than just a bloop and a blast to tie the game. But I definitely feel as if the Dodgers are being outplayed in this series. Offensively, timely hitting, pitching. Yeah, Savage, I mean, he just played lights out. It's just that rookie, man, big time opponent. So it should be special. It should be special. And having said that, definitely I'm going to give you guys something here. Let me just say hi to the people who joined in real quick here. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys, since you chimed in, I'm going to give you firsthand information on a special announcement that we're going to make here right now on the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. The Allen Alford Sports Talk Show is expanding. And what I mean by that is, by the grace of God, we've been blessed an opportunity that I just couldn't say no to. I'm going to be, in addition to having this show here, the Alford Sports Talk Show, I'm also now officially going to be the co-host of the Rude Dog Show with Rudy Reyes. I'm very proud of that. That's something that, was an opportunity that came presented to me. It has been an outstanding series. And so I'm still going to do the Alford Sports Talk Show. But in addition to that, I'm going to be the co-host of the Rude Dog Show. That's a big, major opportunity because Rudy, who's going to be, his show, I'm the co-host of his show, but he will be actually hosting the show in Diamonds Casino in Reno, Nevada. So if you guys are in Vegas, that's right. Blue Jays want this bad, is for sure. They do. If you are in Vegas, check out the Diamonds Casino. You'll see the Rude Dog Show right there being telecasted. I'm going to be the remote co-host here in Florida. Now, I know how these things work itself out with me and Rudy doing big things for the casino. I'll be doing it remotely for now, but I just know how these things play itself out. We do a great job. What they will probably and more than likely do is say, Alan, we don't want you to do it remotely anymore. We want you to do it here in the casino, in-house in Reno, Nevada. We will cross that bridge when we get to it, what I will decide to do at that point. But yes. So the question is, Stephanie Padilla, who do you think will win the World Series? I think ultimately at this point, the Jays will win the series. I definitely picked the Dodgers in the beginning of the series, but I just feel as if the Jays have too much fight, too much going on, too much mojo, and they've been playing the best. I don't see that changing. I see them winning at home and closing out the series. If it doesn't happen tonight, I feel like they win in Game 7. So right now, I do feel as if the Jays are going to close out the series and win. I did predict the Dodgers at the beginning of the series. I also did say, as a caveat, I did pick the Dodgers, but I did say I would not be surprised if the Jays won this series. And I'm not going to be surprised if they win it. Not only am I not going to be surprised at this juncture, I would say they're the more deserving team to win it, the Jays, and they should and will win this series either in 6 or 7. I just don't see the Dodgers winning both games in Canada to close out the series. I just don't see it. It can happen. Definitely the Dodgers can win 2 games in a row. We all know that. But I definitely do feel as if it's Jay's time. It is Jay's time. It's 3-1, middle of 6. But I am glad that Mookie Betts did get something going because I think that guy was really – and props to Mookie Betts for not making excuses. Most guys will make excuses. He didn't make any excuses. He called it for what it is. He's been playing terrible. Not only has he been playing terrible this series, he's been playing terrible the entire year. He's even said that himself. So it's not something, it is what it is. But I'm glad he's coming through. He came through already tonight. 2 RBIs. And that's the reason why they're ahead 3-1. But I do think the Jays are going to win this series at this juncture. I do think the Jays are going to win. So I'm going to put that on here. The Jays. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so the Jays are going to win it, in my opinion. The Jays. There we go. The Jays. I got the Jays winning this series. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Willie McCray. Appreciate you. Really appreciate that. Yes, so that is a wonderful opportunity. I shared Rudy's post in Twitter. I have not posted it up personally yet on Instagram and Facebook. But yes, I am going to be, in addition to having the Alan Alford Show, the co-host of the Rude Dog Show. Again, the show host is going to be in Reno, Nevada, doing it live, the show in Diamonds Casino. It will be also on, I have the station here, broadcasted on AM 640. So that's another thing that will happen, or the reach will grow for both of us. And I'm going to be the remote co-host. I say that for now because I know how things work. You do a great job. More than likely, they're going to offer, I see them offering me to go ahead and be doing it in-house in Reno, Nevada. And they have not offered that yet, but I'm just speaking in existence. I just know how these things work itself out, just being in corporate America for as many years I've been. I will cross that bridge when it comes to that point. I still going to keep the Allen Alford Sports Talk show. So we're not going anywhere here. That's for sure. But as far as me going to Reno, Nevada, we'll see. We'll see. It's not an easy move for me. I've never lived in Reno, Nevada. I've been to Vegas about 5 times, but living in a place and visiting are 2 different things. I know that for sure. So Gossman has to develop more pitches. He's a terrific pitcher, but eventually he gets found out when you're primarily a fastball and splitter guy. That is true. That is true. You just have to kind of recreate and add more weapons to your toolbox. That's how difficult the Major League Baseball game is. If guys see you once, they already kind of like know, even if you had success against them, what you did and how you got them out, what they should be looking for. That's why I felt like the Jays were going to have more success tonight against Yamamoto, because it's the second time they've seen him in the series. So he's doing great, though, 1 run. But I just feel like it's the Jays series right now. They can almost taste that champagne, the Jays, but they got to close out the series 3-1. They got to close it out. And they've been doing great as far as closing out series. They've been behind and came back to win. Both teams, got to tip your hat. It's been a wonderful World Series. Very, very competitive, back and forth. It's been exciting. This is real baseball. This is what I love about it. It's like you don't get to hit home runs just for hitting home runs. You got to really work those home runs. And this is true baseball. Thank you so much, cuz. I really appreciate that. Glad you heard it firsthand here. I'm going to put a post up. Thank you so much, James Griffin, 2418. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And it's a real blessing. Again, this opportunity came to me. I didn't go seeking the opportunity. That's a blessing from God. The opportunity literally came to my doorstep, And so I'm going to be doing the co-host remotely for now. I know how these things work, though. So me going to Reno, Nevada, we will see. We will see. But there's neither here nor there. But for now, what is official, I am going to be the co-host, in addition to having the Allen Alford Sports Talk show, of the Reed Dog Show starting November 10th, which is Mondays. It'll air Monday nights, 6 to 9. I'm sorry, 6. Let me pull it up. Let me not misquote it here. Let me just make sure I have this perfect for you guys. And again, it will be also broadcasted. It is another nice thing, a great thing about this opportunity. This is an ESPN affiliate. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So it's all because of you guys. I mean, that's, definitely your support. It really means a lot. It's a real blessing. And let me give you the details of the show. It will start Monday, November 10th. Now, he has it from 6 to 9 EST time. I guess that's 3 to 6 his time. In Reno, Nevada, that they're 3 hours behind us. So let me put the post up just to double check that, because he has it from 6 to 9 EST time. I'd have to double check that if that's a typo or not. But it will start November 10th, so I will get that clarity on that. And I will be the co-host of the Rude Dog Show. So definitely appreciate you guys. Allen Alford Sports Talk Show is not going anywhere. Again, I'm just expanding. This is a great opportunity to join one of ESPN affiliates and to be on AM 640, which is remarkable. And it's all because of you guys, your support. Really appreciate it. And you guys are fantastic. Let me 3-1, bottom of the 6, no change in that. And yes, so that you're getting firsthand information even before I put a post up. I did reshare the post on Twitter that Rudy put up, but I haven't posted one myself yet. I'm going to do that either this weekend or Monday. But since you guys are the gamers, you get the firsthand information. So there it is. And as far as me moving to Reno, Nevada, I don't know about that. We will see. We will see. We will see. I mean, if you guys ever lived in Nevada, Reno, Nevada, if you can, please let me know. How was it like in living in Reno, Nevada? I'm again, there's no me moving there. It's not on the table just yet. It is remote, and I'm thankful for that. But I just want to kind of get those feelers out there. How was it living in Reno, Nevada? And yes, I've been to Vegas 5 times. It's been awesome every time I went there. But again, I know being from New York City, from Brooklyn, New York, I'll be the first one to tell you, living in some place and visiting, even if you visit often, if you love the place visiting, it is a completely different thing when you're living there. It's kind of like you dating somebody. Dating them is very different than living with them. Believe me, I know from experience, you might love them, dating them, you might love them even more living with them, but there is going to be a difference. There is going to be a difference. So I'm just telling you, I know there's a difference. 3-1, bottom of the 6. So we will see. I will keep you guys posted on that as well. Let me switch gears a little bit and talk about some NFL news. And man, if you haven't heard about it, Chris Greer, the GM for the Dolphins, unfortunately got relieved of his duties, to put it nicely. And you kind of knew something in Miami was going to happen. The reason why you knew something was going to happen is because the team has been losing a lot of games. And Thursday Night Football, they were not even really competitive against a losing Ravens team. You know, they should have at least been competitive in that game. You know, I still felt as if the Ravens were a better team, but the Dolphins should have at least been competitive in the game, and they were not. They were not competitive. One of the things that really stood out to me was the self-inflicted wounds. They drive down there to the red zone, getting to prime position to go for a 4th and 1. Boom, false start, 4th and 5. You got to kick the field goal. You kick the field goal, and you miss the field goal. That's how things have been going for the Dolphins. Tua has been overthrowing guys, and he just hasn't had the best of seasons. As we know, Tyreek Hill is out for the entire season. It's been a mess down in Miami. The Bears should have beaten the Ravens. Yes, they should have. You kind of have to beat the wounded duck when they're hurt. You know what I mean? You kind of have to beat the team when they're down and their chips are down, because Lamar, props to Lamar, he looked, very, very good in that game. And I think not only did he look great in the game, he looked rejuvenated. He looked like a guy like, oh, this is good. I normally don't get this type of rest during the season. This is great for me to get my body some rest and get healthy. And he seemed like a guy that, it seemed like it was a good thing for him to get this jolt of energy. And yeah, he did miss a couple things because he's been out for a few games, but he did outstanding, and he's going to get those things in no time. The Bears should have beat the Ravens. Yes, if you don't beat the Ravens when they don't have Lamar in, you just can't beat the Ravens. That's just how it is. And I hope Derrick Henry gets his wheels going and starts getting the motor running. He's been having kind of a down year this year, especially it started with the fumbles and even the yards. He just hasn't been even getting 6-7 yards here's and there's, but he just haven't had, those big runs that he gets 20 or 30 yards. And it's getting harder for him to crack 100 yards, that is. where it would just be a given that he would have 100 yards. But yes, I hope he gets going too. But the Ravens are in prime position, especially with the schedule coming up, being that they're playing teams that are below 500. The Ravens have a very good opportunity right now to go ahead and just dominate and take over the AFC North. I feel like this break was a good thing for the Ravens, for Lamar, and I think they're gonna continue to do great. Yes, Stephanie says yes. Agree, David. Ravens backup made Caleb Williams look like a rookie last week. That's right. You know, you gotta beat those teams when their starter is out. You have to. You have to. Because there's no way if the Ravens would have played the Bears right now, there's no way they would beat them with Lamar back. And yeah, I mean you gotta win when your opponent is at the lowest point. That's the reason why I was saying that the Jays should really do everything they can to close out the series tonight, because already Mookie made an impact. I said it before the game. Like the biggest piece of the puzzle is Mookie, because Shohei's been showing up and Freddie has been too. Well, if Mookie gets something going, that's not going to be good for the Jays. Not that the Jays still can't win the series, but Mookie has been almost an automatic out. I mean, he's been playing that poorly. He's, whether it be a ground out or strikeout, mostly strikeouts for him, unfortunately. But yeah, he's had a rough go at the season this year, Mookie Betts. But he's a great player. I still think he's a great player. Sometimes great players go through these. You can be great and still have an off year. That's just, that's baseball and that's life. That's baseball and that's life. You can be great at what you do and still have one of those years. But I'm glad he got that 2-run double. So it's the end of the sixth, going to the top of the seventh, 3-1, still Dodgers. No change in the score, 3-1 Dodgers. And other league-wide news is they wanted to get my opinion if they think McDaniels should be let go as well. I think right now he's just buying time. I really do. I think they're kind of seeing how he does with the next game or two. But it's pretty clear that something's got to change in Miami. The team is frustrated. At this point, I don't feel as if any of the players feel they have a legitimate shot at doing anything this season, and that's a bad place for an NFL team to be at, because I've seen it myself. I've seen it. When teams get about the 4 or 5 loss early in the season, they literally tank it. Players, they just say, screw it, we're not winning. They half-heartedly play. You might think, yeah, right, that doesn't happen in the NFL. Yes, it does. I've seen players, even my own Bucks, when they had, before Tom Brady came in, before they had great culture with Tom Brady, Dave Burns says, so happy the Cowboys lost last week. That's funny. Yes, even with the Bucks, even before they had Tom Brady, the culture for the Bucks was really poor. I would literally be at the game watching players half-heartedly tackle, half-heartedly give effort because the team was so crappy. They didn't really care. You got to remember, these guys are getting paid. Yes, you shouldn't tank it because you still have film, and yes, you still can get signed by another team. You get traded. It's still your reputation. But on the shorthand, most guys, once they get to the point of, hey, I'm playing for nothing, let me just get this easy money, that's what the route they'll look at it. Let me just get this easy money and just coast. So guys will tank it. And I feel like at this juncture, that's unfortunately officially now what is happening with the Dolphins, especially with them losing to the Ravens, because they should have been competitive in that game. Hey, props to Quasar Raza. Really appreciate you all in Pakistan. That's what the Cowboy fans get. That's what Stephanie said. Yeah, appreciate you, Quasar Raza, all the way from Pakistan. I'm sorry I haven't responded to your message, but I will definitely get to them.
I have it on my short list. Yes, and definitely, definitely props to you guys, the fans of the Allen Alpha Sports Show, all of you. And if you're just joining the show late, I did make the announcement that the Allen Alpha Sports Talk Show is not going anywhere. We are actually expanding. What is happening is I am going to be officially the co-host of the Rude Dog Show. And so I'm going to be joining on board as a co-host full-time on the Rude Dog Show. I'm going to be the remote co-host. He's going to be doing the broadcast in Diamonds Casino in Reno, Nevada. And I will be the co-host. And I did say that I know how these things work. Oh, wow. It's from Quasar Raza from Pakistan, 7 o'clock in the morning. Yes, that's awesome. Starting your day off right with the Allen Alpha Sports Talk Show. Perfect timing. Really appreciate you. And yes, I will make sure I respond to your message. I'm sorry I did not. I will get to that ASAP. And I was working on that message too. But also, I will be doing the co-host of the Rude Dog Show. As far as I know how these things work, if I do a fantastic job, which we're both going to do a fantastic job, them recruiting me to go to Reno, Nevada, I'm going to leave it as that. Like, I don't know, but I know how these things work in corporate America. As far as me moving to Reno, Nevada, I'm just going to say I'm not sure about it. I will just say it's like that. Not sure about it. We will see, but I just speaking it into existence. I know that's how these things usually work. Just being in corporate America for over 30 years. So yes, Quasar Raz, all the way from Pakistan, 7 o'clock in the morning. Good morning to you as well. Well, good evening here. Good morning to you there. It's amazing that I could be in Tampa, Florida, and it's 10:10 at night, Eastern Standard Time Zone, and it could be 7 o'clock in the morning in Pakistan. Good morning to you. That's awesome. And tomorrow morning, Chef G's Florida barbecue sauce to start my morning off right. Me and the fellas get together every once in a while. Tomorrow morning, I'll be eating with Chef G's and the fellas for our morning breakfast. You kind of need guys to kind of talk to and about good things in life, things that your challenges, opportunities, and all the good stuff. Guy talk. Yes, we guys need that talk and that camaraderie. So I'll be eating breakfast 7:30 tomorrow morning with the fellas. So 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll be up early. Let me give you guys a score on the series, top of the seventh. 3-1 still Dodgers. 3-1 still Dodgers. And in other NFL news, definitely, let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the predictions for this week as well. And that's going to be awesome. Let me give that to you. Okay, the Ravens beat the Dolphins. I did predict that. Like, the Ravens would beat the Dolphins. No way I would pick the Dolphins over the Ravens. That's a kind of like an easy pick, as they would say. Okay, so what the 49ers, the Giants, that should be a very, very good game. Very, very good game because the Giants are playing well. I just feel as if the 49ers are going to come up with a game plan, and the Giants, I just feel, are not there just yet. So I have the 49ers winning. Chargers and Titans, that should be another very, very good game. I do have the Chargers winning. Vikings against Lions. I feel like the Vikings are kind of backpedaling at this point. The Lions should be able to close them out and win that game. Falcons and Patriots should be a very, very good game. And that game I'm going to give to the Patriots. Colts and Steelers should be interesting to see, but I feel like the Steelers are moving in the right direction. The Steelers will win that one. Broncos and Texans, I feel the Broncos will win. Bears against the Bengals. I have the Bengals winning. Speaking of the Bears, I have the Bengals winning that one. Panthers and Packers. I have the Packers winning. Saints and Rams. I feel the Rams are going to win that game. Jaguars and Raiders. That's going to be a tough game there. But I do feel I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one. There's going to be no Travis Hunter. For those who don't know, Travis Hunter has been officially placed on the injured reserve, so he's going to be out for 4 weeks. Travis Hunter, prayers that he gets better. Travis Hunter has been having a rough rookie season, to say the least. He got his first touchdown, a couple of games ago, but it's been pretty tough for Travis to start his NFL career. The best thing he did was get baptized before the game on Sunday. And he made he got the first touchdown catch of the way, but it's been a rough go at him for his NFL career to start. Chiefs and the Bills. I feel as if the Chiefs are clicking. They finally get over the hump and they beat the Bills, I feel. Seahawks and the Commanders. Going to be a very, very good game. I have the Commanders winning this game. Jaden Daniels is back. I have the Commanders winning. Cardinals and the Cowboys. You know what? I feel like the Cowboys will win this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals did win. But I will go with the Cowboys and winning this one. And those are the predictions for this week. I say Commanders winning that game. Yes, I'm right there with you, David. I have the Commanders beating the Seahawks. Should be a very good game. That's a Sunday night game. You always want, when it's Sunday night game and a Monday night game, and of course Thursday night, you want those 3 games to be very competitive. Sunday night game, because it's the last game of the night on Sunday. You want Monday night's games to be competitive, and you definitely want Thursday night's game to be competitive as well. This past Thursday, the game was not really competitive. You could have watched the first quarter, maybe the first half of the second quarter, and you already knew what was going to happen. The Ravens were going to blow out and convincingly beat the Dolphins, which they did. So, and then switching to UFL news, let me see if there's any change in the score. 3-1, bottom of the 7th, still 3-1 Dodgers. So in the UFL news, they just wrapped up the UFL Orlando Storm. And here in Orlando, they had their showcase. And I feel bad. I kind of apologize, but I feel like, these things unfortunately in life happen. I was not able to cover the showcase in Orlando this year. I did cover it last 2 years. I was not able to make it this year. It's all the way in Orlando. I was exhibiting, unfortunately, some car trouble, so I could not go all the way out to Orlando. For those who don't know, Orlando is not around the corner for me. I live in Tampa. With the way traffic is right now, you figure it's a 2-hour drive. Now, the good thing is it started at 7 o'clock in the morning, so going there, you wouldn't have had much traffic, if any, on a Sunday to Orlando. So it probably would have been an hour and 15-ish minutes, maybe 20 going. On the way back, there probably was going to be some traffic, probably not as bad. I would have said at least an hour and 45 minutes, hour and 40 minutes, let's say, on the way back. But neither here nor there, I was having car trouble, and I could not get out there to cover it. That was really what the gist of it was. Props to the people who did come out there. I even helped them do some of the filming. They had somebody who didn't show up till later, and I had me help them with some of the filming of the guys for their stuff. So I did it I went to for the Allen Alford Sports Talk show, but I kind of helped film just to give some, so that the guy could show up for just filming some of the players trying out. Boise, Idaho, get an NFL football team there called the Boise Beavers. There you go. Yeah, so what the good thing is, the UFL needs your help. If you guys right now go to theufl.com, for all the teams, they're choosing and picking the best mascot. So you can put let your voice be heard of what you think the team's mascot should be. That's right. They're giving you that opportunity. submit it as soon as you can, and you never know what can happen. That is, you got to have whoever my creative minds are, you might get credited for being the person who designed the team mascot. Let me read that press release to you. That's really awesome. I mean, hey, that's incredible. So let me read that to you guys. I'm also going to give you, let me just take a look here. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, so okay, the UFL invites fans to help to create the new team mascots. The UFL is giving fans of Columbus Aviators, the Houston Gamblers, Louisville Kings, and Orlando Storm, those 4 teams. So it's just those 4, the Aviators, the Gamblers, the Louisville Kings, and Orlando Storm, the opportunity to create their team's identity by contributing ideas for their new mascot design and name. It's really cool. This interactive fan campaign marks the next exciting step in deepening the connection between the UFL team and our passionate local community. So, fan voting for mascot concepts open. The official voting link will be shared later this month. That's in November. In December, each team's winning design will be announced on social media. So get your submission in quickly. January, fans will have the opportunity to vote on the name of their mascot. So your idea gets submitted. The next month, they decide which of those ideas are the winners. And then the fans will have their opportunity to vote on the name of their new mascot. Details on how to participate in the voting process will be shared once the top concepts are identified for each market. Join the conversation on each team's social channels and share your ideas. So, hey, Columbus Aviators, Houston Gamblers, Louisville Kings, and Orlando Storm, you should be out there. I wouldn't mind going out there and wear the mascot suit for the UFL. All right, there you go. Man, that's commitment. That is commitment. Wearing that suit is hot, and depending on where you're at, it could be even hotter. So let me see here. Now Chicago needs a UFL football team. That's right. You know, definitely this is awesome for you guys. So go to theufl.com. Go to those Facebook or and Instagram and Twitter pages of the Aviators, Gamblers, Kings, and Orlando Storm. So yes, that is a press release that I'm letting you guys know about. That is awesome. Yes. And yes. Let me just take a look here. There was something else here. This is just, let me just take a look here at this. Give you an update on the score. Bottom of 7th, 3-1 Dodgers. No change in the score. And yes, you guys have a chance to, man, to make the team mascot. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me see here. And there was something else I wanted to discuss with you guys as well. Okay. Definitely make sure you guys sign up for a showcase if you're trying to make the league. Those showcases are running out. Okay. Let me see what is left. Okay, the next showcase is UFL Phoenix Showcase Sunday, November 9th. Temple High School and UFL Houston Showcase November 23rd. And the last and final one is Los Angeles on December 7th. Dodgers won this game already. What? Did I do something wrong?
I have it 3-1. Top of the 8th. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. And the advantage you have when you're home, you get last licks. Any one of these two teams can beat a 3-1 lead. So it's not over till it's over. Stephanie Padilla, that's right. It's not over till it's over. Any one of these two teams are good enough to come back from a 3-1 lead. So that's a bloop and a blast. And you tie the game. So it ain't over till it's over. But it's the top of the 8th, 3-1. Dodgers. But if you're the Dodgers, you got to get something going quick. You got to get something going quick. But it ain't over till it's over. Yes. It ain't over till it's over. I tremendously appreciate you guys. You guys are always fantastic. And let me give props to my musician here. Let me do that real quick here. Props to Sam Scola Songs. He's the man, Sam Scola Songs. Thank you to songwriter Sam Scola Songs and his wife, Mary. They are the creator of the music. Sam Scola is the musician of all the songs you hear on the Allen Alford Sports Talk show. You can hear all the songs. Sam Scola songs are available on YouTube and Spotify. Plus, he has some additional new songs he put on there as well. So check him out. Type in Sam Scola Songs. And you see that? That's his email. We're giving you that email there so you can reach out to him. However, there is a caveat. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. That is for deals, not spam. Deals, not spam. So make sure you reach out to him for deals, not spam him. Sing along with Sam at gmail.com. Really appreciate Sam Scola Songs. That's the man right there. So let me put that back up there. Dodgers won this game already. Stephanie Padilla. That's funny. It's not over until it's over. Both of these teams can win at this point. I know it sounds like 2 runs, but it's a bloop and a blast. Yes. Let's take a look here. All right. So what I'm going to do is let you guys know that it ain't over till it's over. I'm still predicting the Jays to win at this point this series, even if it goes to a game 7. If the Jays don't do something quick, it will be a game 7. But ultimately, I feel as if the Jays have that magic, they're going to win this series. That's what I think is going to happen. It'll either be in 6 or 7. Going to 7 games would be kind of like what we expect to see at this point, just because the way these teams have been going back and forth, the battles. Extremely competitive series. Much better than I thought was going to happen at the beginning of the series. I thought the Dodgers were going to win the series pretty convincingly. I felt as if the Blue Jays weren't going to get swept, but I was going to give a game, maybe 2 at most, to the Jays. But the way the Jays have been playing, it has been a very competitive series. I feel as if this the Jays series to lose right at this point. So, yes. I tremendously appreciate all of you. You guys are fantastic. Thank you to all the people who chimed in today. Stephanie, Quasar Raza, everybody who viewed in, David Burns. Man, you guys are fantastic. You guys are awesome. But yes, I'm going to let you guys have an earlier, night. I know you guys got some things going on. But yes, we're going to go ahead and roll on out of here. I got to wake up early in the morning for the fellas. And you guys are fantastic. So make sure you don't forget, it's AllenAlfordSportsTalkShow.com. And Facebook is at Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Instagram, Allen Alford _, and X is at Allen Alford. Just type my first name, Allen,
and then you'll be able to find me at Alford. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Really appreciate you. That is fantastic. You guys are wonderful, wonderful. Man, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for everything, guys. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for joining us on another great episode of the Allen Alford Sports Talk Show. Really appreciate you guys chiming in. Be blessed. Be well. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe. Be sound. I'll see you again. Take care. For now, same bad time, same bad channel. Next Friday. Have a great, great night.
It's the end of the show. Let's thank all the fans before we go. It's the end of the show. The Allen and Sports Talk Radio Show. Thanking our special guest. Thanking our sponsor.